Hello, sweet souls. This is your last reading of the day. So I put my earbud in because my mic was acting up. So hopefully it works with the earbud in. We're going to call on St. Michael. St. Michael, please transmute all negative energy to positive centered myself or the viewer. We're going to call on the Holy Spirit, angel saints, spirit guides, and ancestors, and ask for a message for your greater good. We pray for truth and only truth for the greater good of the beautiful collective. Let's get overall energy and see what we get. Overall energy. The waiting game. Yeah. Whew. Goodness. You know, someone played a game here with you guys. They thought if they waited long enough, you would forget about all the deception, all the betrayal, all the lies, all the things they did to destroy your life. And now that waiting has led to them being trapped in fear because you made positive movement forward. You have foundation and achievement, and now they're in mental conflict because you are standing up for yourself. This person operates in devil energy, and you made a different choice. The choices that they made led to the Four of Cups, being bored, discontent, and unhappy. There could have been a third party influence on this person. Either way, you play stupid games, you win stupid prizes. This person played a game. They thought if they waited long enough, they would be able to slide right back into your life. And now they've only trapped themselves. All right. Current energy for the collective. Obstacle. Advice. And outcome. Yeah. So... Wow. This person may want to message you. This is someone that's not for you. Here's what happened here. You were dealing with a masculine energy that fell from grace. They took bad advice from the community, people around them who are toxic just like them. This created an obstacle because the information and the guidance they were given by these toxic friends or toxic community was to create an injustice for you, to do something that was against spiritual law. The outcome, they didn't put any work, so they're not going to receive any blessings. They're not going to receive you back into their life. That's the outcome. They were guided by this community to not put any work. Don't be accountable. Don't speak the truth. Ignore collective. Just wait. Let collective come to you. This person, they took some bad advice. So let's see what's going on here. Let's look at this yang energy. Please clarify yang. Yeah, see, this person had distorted sexual energy, right? They gave an offer to someone else, which pushed you, collective, into this self-reflection isolation. Now, you are as cold as ice, and for some of you, you may have had some pretty angry words to say to this person, justifiably so. Your perspective, your perception of this person has completely changed. Instead of drawing you in through the silence, ignoring you, waiting it out, it pushed you further away. It gave you more truth and clarity. Tell me about this distorted community. Tell me about this distorted community. Yeah, this distorted community pushed this person to either go toward a third party or a party lifestyle. Now this person is drowning in their emotion. There's a very narcissistic energy. They could have taken advice from narcissistic friends. There was no defense for what they did against you, and they know it. They have no protection for what they've done either. You see, they created in the advice, they created an injustice for you based on this bad advice. Yeah, they were love bombed and gaslit into making a stupid decision, and it's all coming to light for this person now. Now they see. What do they see? that they were manipulated by these toxic people. Yeah, they were manipulated by these people to make the decision to move away from the star, the Two of Cups, their soulmate, that's in this star energy. And this was the worst decision of their life. Four of Cups. All they did was miss an opportunity with you. Yeah. You see, Five of Swords, this whole distorted community was playing mind games with this person. And they fell for it. And now the outcome, they didn't put any work to make what was done wrong right. And they lost you. Yeah. This is defeat. This is someone that wants to play the victim now. They kicked their own butt. Really, they did. They destroyed everything. Yeah, they willingly deceived and betrayed you, taking the advice of a distorted community. Yeah, the blockages, the lies and illusions. Yep. Message in a bottle. Message in a bottle. This false emperor wants to message you now. They see you as their divine match. But they made you an option and you're gone because you are no one's option, collective. You are the prize. And you know that now. You know that. Yeah, you've already made your decision. You do not want to have anything to do with this person. Yeah, so this person had distorted sexual energy and they were misguided to give an offer elsewhere, but it pushed you into hermit mode, isolation, healing. You had some very not nice things to say to this person, justifiably so. Please clarify, Yang. Yeah. Through this experience, you learned to love yourself. You learned to love yourself. You stepped into your healer role. You became a teacher, a guide, a mentor to others. And the Ten of Swords, I feel that this person is going to now go through that same pain that you experienced. Yeah, it's going back to them. Eight of Wands in reverse. That same deception and betrayal they put you through because they took bad advice from toxic people that didn't care about them. Now it's going to happen to them. This distorted community told this person to go toward this third party, and now this person's drowning in emotion. You see, this person's narcissistic, and they have narcissistic friends. They have no defense or no protection for the things they did to you. Community. Yeah, this whole group was playing mind games with the Five of Swords with your past person, convincing them to cheat, to lie, to steal. It was bad advice. Yeah, they were telling this person, oh, you're going to get a blessing. You're going to have finances. You're going to have abundance. And it was a lie. They did this in an attempt to block your past person. Why did they want to block this person? Well, they see this person as a love bomb or gaslighter and someone that could be easily manipulated. And they were jealous. They were jealous of your past person. So they wanted to ruin this person's life, and they did. Yeah, Four Cups. They're sitting in the energy of, why did I make this decision? I have destroyed my life. You know, they created an injustice for you. They're waking up to the fact that they were gaslit and manipulated into destroying their soul connection with a healer, with a star, with someone that carries the light, someone that is a wish come true. And they stood in the Four of Cups knowing they have royally screwed themselves. Buy the book on the fence. Yeah. It was a whole group, Three of Pentacles, that was the blockage for this person. The advice this whole group gave to this person created a tower in their life. And that's the truth. It's not the group's fault. It's your past person's fault. They are weak and they're a follower. They allowed themselves to be misled, misguided into believing the advice of this distorted group, which ultimately destroyed their reality. They didn't put in the work. They didn't come forward. They didn't tell the truth. They didn't make right what they had done wrong, and it will end in defeat. This person wants to play the victim. But those 10 swords they put in your back are definitely going to go back to this person. The blockages, the lies, and the illusion. Please clarify chop wood on the fence as the outcome. Chop wood on the fence. Outcome. Yeah, they made an investment based on the illusions that were presented by a distorted group of people. Now they're being forced to watch you create something on your own and become very prosperous without them. Your creative projects paying off in a big way. If they haven't yet, they will. You are the Empress energy. They want it. This distorted masculine wants to message you now and say, oh, but we are soulmates. We are connected. No, they made you an option and you walked away. You said, no, thank you. I know my value and worth. Message in a bottle. Yeah. See, you are a high priestess energy. You're very intuitive. You're very tapped in. You've gotten all the truth and clarity that you need in regards to this situation. Yeah. And you are calling it a high level divine connection, a divine union with someone that's honest and loyal. This is a solid offer. This is someone you will grow your finances with. And it's all due to your healing, finding self-worth, self-love, setting boundaries, relying on your connection with the divine. That wheel is turning in your favor. This person will sit in the energy of regret for the rest of their life. They really will. And it's sad, but they chose this. They chose this. All right, let's look at the yang here. It's all going back to this person. Them allowing themselves to be misguided. It's all coming to light. It's all coming to light. All the things that they believed, all the lies, everything is coming to light. And the blockages, they're stuck, they're stagnant. They don't know what to do now. Yeah, it's the love bomber gaslighter. You're setting heavy boundaries. The divine is also protecting you. This person has blown it. They're not going to have another chance with you. The obstacle is they took bad advice from a whole community that was actually trying to destroy their life due to jealousy. Obstacle. Yep, the lying, cheating, and stealing. They were encouraged to do this by this distorted group. Yeah. So there was messages, there was communication for them to feel justified in lying, cheating, and stealing. This was an injustice that was created. And now they're all going to be carrying the burdens, not just your past person, but all that were involved in trying to cause you pain in any way. This person, the injustice that was created at the hands of this toxic group of people led to them making the worst decision of their life. It's leading to a tower. And that's the truth. Truth is coming to light. Yeah, this person was in their ego and they were misguided. Now they have no peace. They have no harmony. They're stressed out in their head, unable to sleep, being reminded constantly of the horrible things that they did. And you're a high priestess and you're well aware of everything. You're well aware. This person didn't put in any work. So they're not going to have an opportunity to ever reconnect with you. They're going to receive the same 10 swords they put in your back. They're being defeated. They can't play victim. You, on the other hand, you're moving on, leveling up. You're building something on your own. You're an empress. The 8 of Pentacles, 9 of Pentacles, your creative projects are going to pay off big time. Yeah. And this person that took some bad advice from your past is now stuck in a loveless marriage, a loveless connection that they chose for money. See, this group knew that this person was materialistic. They knew that they were non-committal, and they knew that they would easily fall for the manipulation, and they did. They were right. They were right. And you know the truth, and you will never allow this person back in. They will never have access. You are headed in a new direction. You want brand new, a new beginning. This person wants to message you now. Come in and say, oh, but we are soulmates. Yeah, well, you made your soulmate an option, and so you lost your soulmate. You're a high priestess. You're well aware of everything, and you are attracting a divine partner that is honest, loyal, devoted. This is a solid offer coming in. Yeah. This is you planting new seeds, a wish being granted, reaping a harvest. And now you have somebody from the past that took bad advice, obsessed with your love, obsessed with the love that they lost because they've changed their perspective. What have they changed their perspective on? The regret for deceiving and betraying. That they've changed their perspective on that. Yeah, this false emperor. What has changed their perspective? What has changed their perspective? The fact that you have a passionate new beginning and that wheel is turning in your favor. The blockage here, 7 of Cups. If they had options, they don't anymore. They don't anymore. Yeah, they feel defeated. As things are aligning for you, this person is feeling defeated. So let's get from another deck and see what we get. 1 second, please. Okay, so I want to see what was the driving force behind this whole group deceiving your past person, misguiding them intentionally to destroy their life. I know they were jealous, but I want to see what was the driving force behind this community misguiding your past person. What was the driving force here? It was a third party. So a third party convinced this whole group, the Queen of Wands to the 3 of Swords, convinced the whole group to misguide your past person. But then the divine stepped in to give you clarity on what was going on, to set you free. Because there was more than just deceiving and betraying you. This was a whole group of people participating in bullying you. Yeah, there's a tower coming. So tell me about this community. Yeah, they were bullying. Not only you, but they were bullying your past person in a very secret, covert way. There was a lot of partying, overindulgence, drinking. Yeah, so this whole group, they knew that you were in a 10 of Cups situation. Okay, they knew this person was fated to be with you. They were meant to be with you. So they kept it secret. Their plots and plan was to, let me show you these cards. Their plots and plan was to implant a seed of doubt, give bad advice, to create a blockage of deception and betrayal. But why? Yeah, it was the third party that convinced these people to do this. Yeah. And to convince this person that they should not feel any regret for doing this, that you deserved it in some way. This is your past person. I mean, what a weak person. Yeah, it's the false emperor that was convinced to destroy their union with their wish come true, their star. Yeah, there's communication coming in quick. What's the communication? Well, I feel like the attempted communication would be from a past person that was cheating, lying, and stealing that's been watching you. This is someone that's changed their perspective, but you've blocked this person. I feel they want to come in with an offer now that they have done all that they've done, but I don't feel like you're interested. No, you're letting justice play out. You're like, no, you're doing amazing on your own. 9 of Pentacles, creating something on your own, happier on your own. Free of this energy, you are moving on. You don't really care what this person's desire is. You know what's happened. Yeah, you know about all the deception and the illusions. You know about it. Yeah, that was the 5 of Pentacles. I'm going to get it. Hold on. Yeah, and you're not out in the cold. Whatever they were doing, you're not out in the cold. You're heavily protected. You have firm boundaries, and you are just moving on. You know, you're not concerned. You know, this person was an ego and made decisions from a space of ego, and that's not your problem. And you don't care. So, yeah, it's over. It's dead. It's gone. It's end. There is no redos. You don't care about their sad story about how they were manipulated. They were a follower and they were dark anyway. They wanted a reason to deceive and betray. And so that's all you needed to know. You're not interested. Yeah, you're moving on, planting new seeds. You took that love right along with you. You learned to love yourself. You rely on your intuition, and you are not interested. Yeah, and this person sits in the energy that operated from ego. They made the wrong decision, battling you with other people, believing lies, allowing themselves to be manipulated. Yep, they closed the cycle. That's what happened. Yep, they made a bad choice. Judgment in reverse. This was an unwise decision. They were in an illusion, and that's on them. Yeah. Look, God's guiding you. God's protecting you. God is leveling you up. Your finances are going to get better than they have ever gotten before. You are also calling in an aligned partner that is going to love you, respect you, be the perfect spouse to you. Yeah, your past person is being defeated. They are being defeated. They want to come in and apologize. But with a high priestess energy, you are so aware of everything this person's done. You don't want their apology. You don't want their nasty energy around you. You're an empress, and you're making a new investment in a new direction with a new soulmate. So, yeah, you're not interested. Yeah. See, this whole group has been lying and manipulating this person for so long. And it feels like they were luring them in by saying, oh, but if you go to the karmic, you're going to be wealthy. You know, you don't reach out to collective. Don't apologize to collective. No, you know, collective deserved it. Yeah, keep it secret. Keep it secret what you've done. Collective already knows. Collective already knows. It's embarrassing. Yeah, this person's going to be struggling because of this one decision that they made while you're calling in a new partner that is a divine match to you that will lead to a marriage. Yeah, the players, it's the end of the player. They're blocked, they're done for, and you're not concerned in the least. So it's a pretty interesting reading. I feel like the truth is coming to light. Let me ask what truth. What truth is your past person discovering about this whole community? What truth is coming to light about the community that intentionally misled your past person? Well, they're learning that they need to set boundaries. They're in heartbreak. What's the truth that's coming to light? Yeah, that this group put in a lot of work to get them to deceive and betray you. 10 swords in your back. What's the truth coming to light? That they knew that they would never receive anything. What's the truth that's coming to light? The truth that's coming to light is this person's a coward. They're being faced with the truth that they themselves are a coward. And that is exactly how this community was able to deceive this person, because they were a coward. They were operating from ego. And they were also lured in by passion, Ace of Wands. They're not going to be able to rise above the consequences of this decision. Yeah, there was jealousy, there was envy. King of Wands, distorted King of Wands, someone that operates from ego. They didn't see it because this person has a false belief that they are greater than all. They are above all. Everyone respects them. Everyone doesn't respect them. This whole group played them and led them on a path to make a decision that would be the ultimate failure in their life. This whole group, yeah, was responsible for misguiding this person to make this decision. What are they finding out about this group? That it was an attempt to not only juggle you, but to ultimately create financial instability for your past person. But why? To create burden so that they would walk away from you. Why? So the Three of Wands, they wanted this person to move in a new direction, to forge a new path, but they knew that ultimately it would end up in the Four of Cups. They knew that they would regret eventually what they did. This is the cheating, lying, and stealing. Yeah, but what does the community gain from this? What does the community gain from this? Well, it's causing a lot of stress and anxiety in a family dynamic. Mental anguish here. I feel that the community wanted this person to be bound to a very dysfunctional, toxic family dynamic. And I feel it was the third party that devised the plan. And it was for greed. So the third party could have been paying off this group to misguide your past person. They could have been using overindulgence, partying, getting this person intoxicated and creating illusions for them. But they were doing it for the third party. Yeah, everything's coming to light, though. About the bullying, about what they were doing to manipulate this person's mind. Yeah, this was messages. And it was in regards to what they did to you, their soulmate. Wow. That wheel's turning in your favor regardless because you've taken the time to heal. And this person's going to be out in the cold. This player that was a deceiver, they're going to be out in the cold and in financial ruin. So this community that worked with a third party is going to get what they want, which is this person's complete and utter destruction of their life. But your past person, I hate to say it, they deserve it. It's their karma. So that's why the spiritual realm is allowing it to happen. This is a lesson your past person needs to learn. So it is what it is. You know, don't get involved. Don't feel sorry for this person. They have to learn this lesson. You know, they were weak-minded and they were arrogant and egotistical, and they allowed themselves to be misled. They wanted to deceive and betray. This person's a follower because they are insecure. They don't have any self-worth or value. They were seeking acceptance from toxic people. And this is what happens when you live that way. So I'm going to leave this reading here. I love you guys so much. I hope that you have a blessed day. I'm scheduling for the last week of December. If you're interested, please share the videos, like, and subscribe. I love you all so much, and I will see you for tomorrow's readings. Bye-bye.